And welcome back, 6:45 now on this Tuesday morning. A live look outside towards the Ship Canal right now, fairly gray out there. We did see a pretty nice sunrise earlier this morning, but now a few more clouds beginning to fill in. For the most part, most of us kicking off our Tuesday morning in the 50s. Right now on top of the hill at Duluth International, we got 55 degrees. Winds calm out there as well. Temperatures generally for the most part kicking off the day in the 50s, but a few upper 40s still. 48 right now, Big Fork, 10 degrees warmer in International Falls, where they're coming in at 58, 55 for Ely and Orr, 52 Grand Marais, 58 Ashland, 56 Ironwood, 57 Hayward, and 55 right now to kick off our Tuesday morning in Solon Springs. A little bit of dense fog, especially across the western half of the region. Visibility down to 3 miles right now in Grand Rapids, 0 miles being reported right now in Big Fork, so just keep that in mind as you get ready to step out the door for any Tuesday morning plans. Other than that fog, though, we are mainly quiet weather-wise out there. You can see satellite radar scanning things dry across the region for the most part. Maybe a few showers across northwest Wisconsin, but those are extremely spotty in nature. And other than that, we are mainly dry out there with a good amount of cloud cover as well. You can see here on Futurecast as we head through the day today, we are talking about a mixture of sun and clouds. We should be mainly dry here through the day today, but a spot shower or two can't be ruled out here and there, but again, mainly dry here through the daytime hours today. Then as we head towards tonight, more clouds begin to fill in. That will give way to the opportunity for a few showers and storms as we head through the early morning hours tomorrow. Those will gradually begin to wrap up as we head towards tomorrow morning. For the most part, through the middle portions of the day tomorrow, I think we should be mainly dry, but then another round of showers and storms will begin to line up. Those will gradually begin to fill in from west to east as we head through tomorrow evening. And some of those storms have the potential of being stronger to even severe in nature. More on that in just a moment. By about Wednesday night to Thursday, though, we begin to quiet things out there. Through our day here on Thursday, we'll wake up mainly cloudy, a few leftover showers and storms here and there. Then as we head towards the second half of the day on Thursday, I think we're talking about clearing skies out there and probably a good amount of sunshine as we head through the second half of the day here on Thursday as well. As I mentioned, there is the isolated potential of possibly a stronger to severe storm for our day tomorrow, especially from the Twin Ports point south in that darker shade of green there. That's where the Storm Prediction Center has issued a level 1 out of 5 risk when it comes to severe weather. So severe weather going to be fairly isolated if we do see any at all. The main threats would be possibly some gusty winds as well as some larger hail up to 1 inch in diameter. Rainfall, definitely something that will be welcomed here if we head through the next few days. You can see, I think for the most part, we're talking about between a quarter and maybe even up to half an inch for most places across the Northland. But where some of those locally or heavier downpours set up, that's where we could see over an inch of new rain. And that is welcome news because as you can see, most of the Northland still dealing with either moderate to even severe drought across the Northland. So a little bit of rain, definitely a little bit of welcome news, especially when it's falling midweek like this. But first, your forecast for the day today. I think we're going to be mainly dry out there. Temperatures generally in the 70s. A tad cooler up the North Shore thanks to a little bit of a lake breeze up there. Mid to upper 70s for most of the north to west Wisconsin as well. With a mixture of sun and clouds out there. As we head through the next 7 days, the best opportunity for showers and storms for our day tomorrow. Maybe a few leftover showers and thunderstorms for our day on Thursday. We'll dry things out for the day on Friday. I think the weekend should be mainly dry as well, but a few pop-up showers and storms here and there can't be ruled out. Temperatures warmer as well, upper 70s as well as the lower 80s.